What's going on, guys? John with the ProCut out here again at the farm build. Got Diamond over here. He's thinking about getting in the truck to go to the park and go for a walk, but I pretty much got this foundation licked, as you saw last night. Just need to go back through now and make sure that there's no gaps or pinholes that got left behind, and if there are, fill them with the gap filler. And then I can go ahead and put rigid foam, dimple mat, filter fabric, rock, and then dirt on top of it. So, moving forward. All right, so here's what $800 will buy you at Depot. I got 3 rolls of drainage mat fabric, 1 sleeve for the pipe, 3 cans of spray adhesive, 2 more tubes of concrete gap sealer. And now let me take you up top and show you what's else. 100 foot of 4-inch perforated drain pipe and 17 sheets of 1-inch rigid insulation. So the first thing I'll do is go through and make sure everything is sealed up like it needs to be, and then I'll use the spray adhesive and put a sheet of rigid insulation up against the wall. Then I'll put my filter fabric against the dirt, put my drain pipe in with my sleeve on it. Then I can get gravel and backfill. But first, I'm gonna put Diamond back in the house and get something to eat. Okay, I've got the first run of rigid insulation done down and around, not quite to the far corner, but nearly there. 1 more sheet will do it, but I'm going to need to paint 4 more row of block before I can put my other sheet on. But I'm going to head to Knoxville and get my dimple mat that I was able to find, and I'm going to make a phone call and see if I can't get a tandem load of gravel delivered over here today. I may be too late though. All right, I got my 4-inch corrugated, and then I've got a drain sleeve to put over it. And then I ran into Knoxville and I got 2 rolls of dimple mat. So it's basically plastic and it's got dimples on it and a fabric to keep the sediment out of there as well. And then it creates air channels so the water, if it gets in there, can just go straight down into the French drain and get on out of there. So I got a lot of this rigid insulation done, and there you can see it. I got 1 load of gravel delivered. And I just found out my buddy no longer has a tandem, so that's a smaller load than I anticipated. So he's running to get me a 2nd load now. That's about 7 ton. He's going to get me 7 more, so I have 14 tons. So we'll see how far that goes. I got a feeling that that ditch is going to eat it up pretty quick, but hey, we'll see. Stick around, there's more. So here's that dimple mat. It's Mel Drain by WR Meadows. Rolled matrix drainage system, part of a complete moisture protection solution, and this company's out of Illinois, and I got it at A.G. Hines Building Supplies in Knoxville. First time I ever heard of them guys, but they were the only game in town for the dimple mat, so I'm thankful that they were there. If y'all need any gravel or excavating in Kodak or Severe, call Ramsey's Excavating. All right, so now I've got 14 tons. Now that looks like it might get the job done. We'll see. Just added the last piece of rigid insulation on this side of the wall and put 1 piece over here. So now I can get this dimple mat in there and then backfill the gravel, and I could come up 3-4 feet. Now I'll have a bigger platform to work on once I get it up to there, as far as getting the rest of this wall painted and put the next layer on. One step closer. All right, so with my wife's help, I've got the first row of dimple mat on. So now we can get the sock on the pipe and get the pipe in and put the filter fabric on this side and start back dipping some gravel. Y'all, this has been a long time coming. Okay, so the pipe is in the hole. I've got some filter fabric against the wall. There's a filter fabric sock on the pipe. I put that big piece of concrete there to hold the pipe down because they have a tendency to want to lift when you're backfilling with gravel. So I'm gonna put the gravel in as easy as possible, and my wife's gonna watch and make sure that pipe is staying down, and then we can work our way around the building. All right, so I've got the gravel here almost to 4 foot. I'm pretty happy with that level, so that's probably where I'm going to leave that. So now we got to bring the rest of this up more. We were having difficulty with the filter fabric, and then we had the bright idea to put the tarp in here to kind of protect the bank and the edge of the filter fabric, and it's been helping a lot, so we could try and keep the dang dirt out of the rock. Because with this bank here where it caved in, I can only get so close to the edge with my machine, so it's having to ride the wall down. And then, yeah, this side would be fun to figure out what we got to do over here, but for right now I got a couple of chunks of concrete holding that corner down. Gravel along this front section is good. Now I've blown this off, so I'm gonna put the first coat of waterproofer on the rest of this wall now that I've got a nice platform to work off of. And yeah, rapidly running out of daylight, but I should be able to get one coat on here, no problem. And then tomorrow throw a second coat on, and then put up my other piece of foam, my other piece of dimple mat, and then filter fabric over the top of this and start backfilling with dirt. All right. It gotta be working in a coal mine, going downtown, working in a coal mine. Whoop, about to get down. All right, y'all. I'm painted all the way up now to a block above what grade's gonna be. So this doesn't need to be painted, but I probably will throw one coat on it tomorrow. Why the second coat's going on here, just do one coat all the way up to the top. That way it's uniform, but this will be underneath of a deck. Nobody will ever see it, but I'm just gonna paint it, not really for water seal, but for an air seal, kind of. I don't know that it'll make a big difference, but I'm gonna hit it anyway, just because. All right, I'm about out of daylight, so I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You are appreciated. There's the thumbnail.